So I am back for episode 2 of Meals in Math. We're looking at lesson 43, which is talking about sine, cosine, and tangent, which I think you guys are probably familiar with, but I want to make sure that we understand well. So let's look at lesson 43. So we have this fun saying that I want to make sure you remember, because your book uses Oscar had a hold on Arthur, which is creative, but the old school way is SOHCAHTOA. So what does this mean? Sine of an angle equals the opposite over the hypotenuse. Now, what does that mean? So let's take a look at this triangle. Let's say I need to find the sine of A. So I look at this angle. From this angle, the opposite side, so that'd be my O, is 4. The hypotenuse is 7. Keep in mind, the hypotenuse of a right triangle is always that long side that goes across from the right angle. So here, this would be called my adjacent side. Adjacent coming from the Latin words ad and iaccio, meaning laying beside, if you wanted a little Latin tidbit there. So let's come back over here. Next, let's say that the book says I need to find the cosine of an angle. Well, then I need to have my adjacent side over my hypotenuse, which I am abbreviating, by the way. Okay. Next, tangent. If they say, hey, you need to find the tangent of an angle, that means I am going to use the opposite side, put it over the adjacent side. All right, so let's see what they're wanting us to do here. In example 1, they want us to find first the sine of A. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I always recommend to draw your triangle again. You don't have to, but it is helpful to have it right on the page that you're working on instead of just in the book, because looking back and forth, you can kind of make mistakes and stuff, so it's good to have it right here. So they want us to find sine of A. So what I'm going to do, so it looks like sin, it's the abbreviation for sine. We just took off one letter, so now we have sin. So sine of A equals O over H, okay, opposite over adjacent. So we already talked about how 4 is the opposite, and, over the hypotenuse. I spoke wrong, which is 7. So what I do is come to my calculator. 4 divided by 7 is 0.57 approximately. So I'm going to do wavy equal signs, 0.57. Okay? So, next, part B, we'll just do A and B here. Cosine of B. So I've got a new triangle. They really slipped 3 examples here into one. No, I drew it wrong. Let's do C. Sorry, since I already drew this triangle. I kind of wanted to do tangent anyway, because it can be a little bit weird looking. Okay, so here's C. And 6, 10, 8. Okay, so they want us to find the tangent of C. Okay, so tan of C is going to be opposite over adjacent. So that's 6 over 8. It's not really that weird. So that is 0.75 approximately. Boom, boom, done. Okay, it's fun. Now, we only have one more example. So, example 2 talks about inverse operations. So here, you've got to know how to use your calculator, and every calculator is a little bit different. So, well, they're not that different, but if you have this calculator versus the one that you used in, say, chemistry class, if you were in my mom's chemistry class, that one's a little bit more old school, but they're both great. So, example 2, find the angle whose sine is 0.643. Okay, So, as they say here, you need to find the inverse side. So enter 0.643. Sorry, I'm trying to do this with my phone. And we need to find the inverse sign. I think here, let me do it this way. Second sign is going to show your inverse, and then we're going to do 0.643. I believe that the way that the book is showing you actually was for the TI, the older version of this, so where you would actually put in that 0.643 first. So we get about 40 degrees. So our answer for A is, so the inverse sign, this is how I would write it, inverse sign of 0.643 is approximately 40 degrees. Okay? All right. Now, in part B, they want us to find the angle whose cosine is 0.216. So here, I'm going to do the inverse cosine 0.216. Keep in mind, let me show you one little thing here. That here, this says deg, that stands for degree. Sometimes our calculators might be in radian mode. This one, rad, we want to be in degree mode, okay? So if you're getting crazy answers, there's a possibility that your calculator could be in radian mode. We don't need that right now. So let's do the inverse cosine of 0.216. And then it's just beautiful, pops out what it's supposed to be, 77.53 approximately. Please don't forget your degree symbol there. Okay? All right. Just so you see here, when you do your practice problems, if you've got 4 cosine of 75.8, you literally are just typing that in the calculator. Most calculators, you can type it in just like that and hit enter, and it works out. So, yes, if you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, it has been fun doing math and meals, and you can see the completed meal now. Josiah actually cooked most of. Thank you for your time, and have a good night.